Hello and welcome to the Ectohead channel. Now, it's difficult enough to consider that UFOs are really a thing, even for those of us who have had experiences. The elusive nature of the phenomenon constantly keeps us turning round in circles. I, for one, find myself occasionally doubting my own experiences, because the everyday reality of the world is so present that the occasional reality of the UFO phenomenon and alien contactee phenomenon seems by comparison distant and far away. There are fractures in the phenomenon, and one of these huge fault lines are the beings themselves. We all pretty much now accept the grey alien, but the phenomena over the decades has shown us that there are so many other entities that come hand in hand with this phenomena. Proponents of the UFO theory as a hard and fast subject cling on to the nuts and bolts aspect of what we see flying around in the air. The boogosphere, for instance, is, without a doubt, metal. It's a sphere. It's got carvings on it. There may not be any nuts and bolts, but it's there. It's real. And then we have incidences like the Chris Bledsoe experience, wherein he saw aliens, which, as I've stated previously, he now believes are some kind of angelic entity, or somehow they're linked to the vision that he calls the Lady, which he interprets as the Virgin Mary. And these angelic entities that he saw, which looked like aliens, came down in glowing crafts. It's all very biblical, really. And I'm not decrying that. I think the Bible and other ancient texts provide us with a roadway, a bridge, a link to what was going on then and its interpretation to what's going on now and its interpretation. And so here we have a video of the Vagina alien. So let's press play on this newly released video evidence and see where it takes us, shall we?
The footage, grainy and unsettling, is said to show a close-up view of an unfamiliar being lying in tangled material. Its skin appears smooth and uneven, with subtle movements suggesting it is a line rather than a prop or fabricated object. The short clip is difficult to interpret, yet its raw and unpolished nature has only added to its impact, leaving viewers with a lingering sense that they are witnessing something never meant to be seen.
Now, the salient details appear to be there. The ESA apparently captured the aliens at the time, put them in wooden boxes, it was caught with a net. Everything's there. And in one piece of footage, we've got everything that we need to show us that this is actually real. That I can't escape the feeling, I've got an itch, that this kind of evidence is too good to be true. And that's also part of the problem. Not only do we have self-doubt, suspicion, and a constant low level of distrust for one another, that footage like this just doesn't quite cut it. There's lots of video evidence. And that brings me neatly to this fellow. Now, I've actually never seen this particular picture before. And a shout out to Bigfoot believers and, of course, Unexplained Mysteries for their content. But when I think of a Bigfoot, this is what I think of. The Bigfoot phenomena is maddening enough. And what makes it worse is the people who see these animals, see them in the wild, in deep forests, whilst hunting or hiking. And at this point, we've an entire anthology of sightings from which to choose from. Richard Hall, a great investigator, did a piece on a British sighting of a UFO. Up north, as we say here in the UK, a young lad saw a landed UFO. A being, and next to the being was what he could only describe as a Sasquatch, a Bigfoot. And he's not the only one. There have been plenty of people who have said that there were hairy beings or Bigfoot aboard UFOs when they were taken. Just when we think we have a small grip on the subject, Sasquatch comes along and ruins it all. But why is it so difficult to believe that a Sasquatch wouldn't be on a UFO? Anyone who's delved into the UFO subject realizes that increasingly sightings become more and more bizarre. Ridiculous, actually. Things that are being seen are absolutely absurd. There's a case called Sam the Sandown Clown that also happened here in the UK back in the 60s or 70s. Very interesting. I do urge you to look it up. It's absolutely incredible and stupefying. 2 children came across a being who was this odd, partially mechanical, clown-like individual. They were taken into what looked like a shed, and at the end of it all, were left wondering whether the shed was in actual fact a ship of some description. The Steven Spielberg movie has, at the close of its trailer, a young child walking with forest animals towards what looks like a fairy cottage. And I wondered to myself if this isn't in fact the same visual motif. To us, the audience and the little girl, it looks like a fairy story cottage, but it might in actual fact be a craft of some description. The phenomena, in order to obfuscate and confound us, the experiences, even more, provide us with screen memories. And it seems where the screen memories don't work, pain. Experiences have often said that when they try to access those memories, they get migraines. So at every turn, this phenomena seeks to confound us, to block us. And yet, we still manage to get these images. But I don't have any difficulty in believing that Sasquatch can be aboard UFOs. And the further we delve into this, the more we're going to find out that there's a web that connects all of this. But in any event, the veil is too thick for us to pierce. While I'm speculating, let me hit you with another gem. I wonder if indeed we've been genetically hardwired in some way, shape or form to not see things that are right in front of us. Elon Musk said yesterday at the World Economic Forum that AI will tell us about the questions that we don't even know to ask. And that's an incredibly interesting theory. If indeed in ancient times we were genetically manipulated by some space-faring peoples, then surely, as the warring, monkey-brained individuals we are, they wouldn't give us all the keys to the kingdom. They would make sure that they could control us, keep us in our little box. And that seems to make some sense. But evolution is a thing, and now we've got nuclear weapons. I bet they never saw that coming. If we, who are interested in this subject, are going to crack this thing, we need to come together. And we need to come together now. We have to accept that those people whom we don't agree with on everything might have something crucial to offer. That their own experiences, no matter how ridiculous it seems to the other party, might in fact hold the keys. Maybe not to the entire mystery, but certainly to get us closer to some kind of conclusion. The UFO mystery, by accident or genetic design, has relied heavily on our inability to get along with each other. Look at the Sol Foundation. The scientists are leaving the actual experiences behind in some ways. But unless we, the experiencers, come together and start to actively help each other, we're not going to be of any help to the scientists. Be it the Vargina alien with its red or lilac eyes, or Sasquatch, or the Jersey Devil, or Sam the Sandown Clown, or whatever being you'd care to invoke to substantiate your own viewpoint on the subject matter, we, on this side of the equation, have to pull our weight. And at some point, as a community, not only will we find keys, but we'll find the doors to unlock with them. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do like, subscribe and share if you'd like. It does help the channel get out to more people. And until next time, bye bye.